This one maybe has snuck under the radar because we've had so much time, deservedly so, in the media looking at this threat abroad, the ISIS threat, the new airstrikes, and the coalition. But Joe Biden on the road this week talking about an issue I always call the quicksand of American politics, immigration. Remember, the president has said if Republicans don't act, he will. The president then said he's going to wait till after the election because Democrats said, whoa, whoa, don't do that before the election. But listen to Joe Biden saying, if it comes to executive action, watch out.
If they don't get something done by the end of this year, the president's going to do it. They're going to do an awful lot. Watch when this election is over. Watch what happens when all of a sudden our friends in the other team realize their prospects for future electoral success hinge upon acting rationally. And they will either act rationally or we will act for them.
The vice president's definition of rationally, Juana, would be a comprehensive immigration bill that included either legal status or a path to citizenship for the undocumented. I don't think there's anybody in this town, and you spent a lot of time covering Congress, who thinks the Republicans are ready to do that in the short term. So if they are not, he says the president will do a lot, an awful lot. How do we define that?
An awful lot is a really interesting turn of phrase there, and it is fascinating that this is something that went under the radar. I know a lot of advocates within the Hispanic community, those who favor comprehensive immigration reform, are hoping to see a sweeping package from this president after lawmakers return from the elections. But it's not really clear to me yet what that will turn out being. But I think the vice president's choice of words, rational actor, is kind of interesting. Not usually a phrase I'd use when I'm talking about Congress.
That's well put. But, you know, Peter, one reason the president said I'll wait till after the election is because a lot of the vulnerable Democrats in red states said, just drop this. Don't do this until after the election. Does it help that the vice president, he's at a Hispanic Heritage event, but that he's talking about this, saying it's going to be a lot?
Sure. I mean, like, the base and Hispanic voters might pay attention to Joe Biden in a way that, like, the broader American population might not. But to your point, the politics change immediately after November, and then this becomes a wedge issue for Democrats and something that they can use to drive a wedge between the pragmatists and the Republican Party. Do you guys actually want to get something done here? Paul Ryan, John Boehner, et cetera. Or are the presidential candidates on the Republican side who are going to be appealing to the Republican base in places like Iowa and South Carolina, you know, what is their calculation on this issue? So it is smart politics to back away from it now and then lean in after the election.